Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Kate's Creative Space. I'm Kate, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about my 2026 diamond painting goals. Okay, so I have a couple of goals for 2026. I thought it'd be fun to talk to you guys about today. I was gonna do like 6 goals for 2026, but I had a few more than that ended up making the list that I didn't want to cut off, so I just wrote down some goals and we'll total them up at the end. So I'm just gonna kind of dive right into it. This is supposed to be something for fun. I want to preface by saying I created some goals because I think it's fun to have things to aspire to, and I think that making goals pushes you to grow in a hobby and things like that. But at the same time, if you feel pressure to make goals when you don't want to, definitely just view these videos for fun and don't feel obligated to participate. But if you do, feel free to take some of my ideas or come up with some ideas of your own and make some goals for the new year. So okay, my first diamond painting goal that I have for 2026 is to place 1 million drills. I told my husband that was one of my goals and he was like, 1 million? How many? 1 million of those little tiny drills? And he was like awestruck by that, even the thought of doing 1 million drills. Honestly, I do not know how many drills I've placed this year. I never counted. I'm not even going to go back and try to count. And by counting, I just mean I'm going to take the total drills that are on the box and I'm not going to count them in my drill count until I'm done with the kit. So when I'm done with the kit, I'll take that total number of drills and add it to my thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to count mini dazzles or any kind of special projects or anything like that. I think I'm just going to mostly focus on my kits and see if I can place 1 million drills. Honestly, I have no idea, like I said, if I will even be close to getting that because I have no idea how many I placed this year. I do know roughly how many drills are in a big kit, roughly how many drills are in a medium-sized kit, and I know how many kits I've done this year. So I think I could do it. It'll be fun to see though. So we'll all just have to look forward to next year to see if that actually happens. My next goal is to work on 3 or more kits from my most intimidating kits list. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I made a video a few months back of, I think, the 10 kits in my stash that intimidated me the most. And my goal this year is to work on at least 3 of them. I kind of have a roadmap of how I want to diamond, like how and what I want to diamond paint in 2026 in my mind. If I stick to that roadmap, that goal should be attainable, but we all know things change and things happen, and it could happen, it could not. Hopefully with what I have thought in my brain, that will be possible, but hopefully we'll just have to wait and see. But I definitely at least want to work on 3 bonus points if I can work on 5, because then I'd have half of that list done. My next goal, I want to work on majority of older kits to refresh my stash. So I know this is a really popular idea kind of circulating around. Lizette from Lizette Crafts and Tells is issuing a challenge to anybody who wants to participate in the Refresh Your Stash Challenge for 2026. I already had thought I was wanting to work on some of my older kits, and I'm going to definitely participate in her challenge and continue forward with that. There's nothing official you have to do. You just say you're participating. So I already have a couple of kits picked out for the beginning of the month, beginning of the year, for like the first couple months. And I know that if I push myself to only work on my older kits, I will get burned out. So I'm going to sprinkle in a couple of new kits throughout the year to keep me motivated to diamond paint. But right now I am really encouraged and motivated to work on those older kits. So while I'm motivated, I'm definitely going to focus on that. I'm already planned out. I'm going to work on a kit called Yule at the beginning of the year and see how that goes, and then have another idea for the next kit. And I'm going to keep going with those older kits. And if I find myself being burned out by, the gapping or the old drill quality or the lack of perforated cover or anything like that, I'll sprinkle in a new kit kind of as a reward. Maybe I'll finish 2 old kits, then do a new kit. But I know my diamond painting speed, right? I don't finish as fast as some people. I tend to single place more. I know my speed is not the quickest. I have 3 little kids. I teach them here at home, so I'm very busy every day. My daughter goes to lots of appointments and therapies and things. So I know my speed, and I know that like saying, okay, you're only going to work on all your older kids and you're never going to work on anything until you get them all done. Well, that'll take me years, first of all. And second of all, I don't want to lose my momentum for the hobby. So I think I'm going to just focus on doing 1 or 2, especially while I'm like highly motivated. And if I find myself being like, oh, but I have all these new kids and I really want to do it, I mean, I'm going to let myself do it. I just want at the end of the year, whatever my total number of kids done for the year, I want majority of that number to be the older kids. So we'll look at the end of next year, which sounds so far away, but it'll be here before I know it. We will look and see how many I did, because my plan is at the end of next year, I'm going to take this list and I'm going to do another video like this, and we'll go through and see how many I actually accomplished goal wise. This is my first year having a channel, is my first year making like a official goal list. So we'll just have to see kind of how it goes with all of these goals. I'm hoping I'm not biting off more than I can chew with what I have here, but I do think most of these are pretty attainable. So, and I think working on the older kids will definitely be attainable. And my thought is, if at the end of the year, when I'm reviewing everything and I have not, if I've only done 2 older kids and everything else was new, then I'm going to say, okay, now you need to challenge yourself to de-stash them. Like if you can't work on them right now when you're most motivated and really trying to refresh your stash, then it's time to de-stash them and find someone who will work on them, basically. So that's my thought. Either work on them, or at the end of the year, get rid of them. So that's the thought with that. The next goal I have is to finish my on-hold diamond paintings. So I have 3 diamond paintings in my history of working on diamond paintings that I did not finish. I've been diamond painting for a little under 2.5 years. And I have had 3 kits that I've started and not completed, and I basically put them on hold. The first one was a very old Diamond Art Club kit that I got on super clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I started that November of last year, thinking that I would finish that kit and give it to my father-in-law for Christmas. It's a cute cabin. He owns a little cabin. And I thought it'd be really cute to frame it and put it in his cabin. But I started working that November 1st or so last year. And right when I started working on it, Cozy Christmas by Aria Illustrations released. I bought that kit. It showed up to my house on like November 11th, and I kitted that up and I worked on it the rest of the year because I didn't own a Christmas kit at the time. So I bought that kit and I was like, it's a Christmas kit and it's Christmas time and I want to work on it. And I worked on that the rest of the year. So I never came back to the, I forget what the name of it is. If I remember it, I'll pop up a picture here, but it's so old and so archived that I might not even be able to find it. I can look at my gem flow, so I'll at least have the title up here. I don't know if I can find a picture, but I'll see what I can do. So basically, I think I did like 3 sections of that kit, and I always told myself like, come back to it and finish it. And this year, I just never did. So that one, it's not like listed as an active WIP. I put it aside. I have it in my gem flow, like literally in the on hold section. And I really want to go back to working on it. Technically, it would be my first Diamond Art Club landscape. But I think starting with an older landscape was a bad idea, because my issue I've had with landscapes and thinking that I don't like them is I've never worked on a really good quality landscape. I've worked on one Make Market landscape, and I've worked on one very old Dreamer Designs landscape that was so gappy that I really didn't enjoy the process. So I want to maybe work on a really good quality landscape first and then come back to that kit. But I do want to have that kit done by the end of next year. The other 2 kits that I put on hold this year, the first one I put on hold was my Halloween kit, The Mansion by Maria Chekhareva. You can even, that I had a channel for that, so you can even see those. That one I'm not worried about finishing, because the only reason I put it on hold was that I have deliberate plans to pull it out again in October and work on it for Halloween. Once Halloween passed and I wasn't done with it this year, I really wanted to move into Christmas kits, and I'm glad I did. So I just need to pull that one back out, next September, October, and work on it. I don't think I'll have any issues finishing that one next year. And then the third kit that I put on hold, I actually did quite recently as well. It was the Art Dot Gardener's Haven kit. Art Dot sent me that kit and I really wanted to work on it so I could give you guys some honest feedback on how I felt about it since they gave it to me. And so I pulled it out and I kitted it up and I did a couple sections, and so that way I filmed like a vlog and I showed you guys my thoughts, and then in my monthly review I gave you guys some thoughts about it, and I went ahead and shelved it for the same reason. It's November. It was November at the time. I want to work on Christmas kits. This is such a spring pretty kit that I wanted to work on it in spring, but I pulled it out to work on it literally just to give you guys some very general overview feedback of it. So I want to work on that one in spring as well. So I've never really shelved kits like that before, with the exception like of the cabin one, I guess, that I did 2 years ago. But I don't love having 3 unfinished kits just sitting there waiting for me. So my goal is by the end of the year to not have any on-hold kits. And if I do have an on-hold kit, just one that is not one of those 3 basically. So I really want to finish the kits that I start. I don't like the feeling of them sitting there. The Halloween one, not so much, because it's like waiting for Halloween. For some reason that one doesn't bother me as bad, but having 2 kits just sitting there unfinished that I don't know when I'm going to work on again, I don't love. So my goal is to have those kits finished in 2026. Okay, my next goal is to try a new to me artist. This is something I've been contemplating a lot lately. I really want to challenge myself to branch out. I'm working on landscapes next year. I've mentioned that plenty of times in other videos. My side quest for next year is to challenge myself to work on landscapes and decide either if I love them and want to continue buying them and working on them, or if I just simply love the artwork but don't necessarily love the process of them. So that is my side quest for next year, is to work on those landscapes and figure out my feelings towards them. But I just in general want to branch out a little bit. I have my designated artists that I absolutely love, and I feel like I am kind of putting myself in a bit of a corner where I'm not seeing what's out there, and I want to make sure I'm seeing all the diamond paintings that are out there. I've heard recently a lot of people talking, not a lot, but a couple people talking about how like, yeah, my tastes have really changed as a diamond painter. When I started, I didn't like portraits, or I didn't like landscapes, or I didn't like this, and over time I've grown such a big stash and my tastes have really changed, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't want to diamond paint anything in my stash anymore. One, by not having a huge stash, but 2, by just, making, like, broadening my horizons, basically. I have my very set in my ways. I like my Mrs. Butterdy. I like my Miss Holly. I like my roomscapes. And I kind of want to see if I can broaden those horizons. And if I try and I don't like it, no big deal. I have plenty to keep me going. But I just think that would be a fun opportunity to do that. So I want to try a new to me artist. And then along those lines, I want to try a new to me shop. So because I am trying to refresh my stash and not grow my stash too much more next year, I'm not challenging myself to try too many new shops because I don't want to go out and buy a ton. My goal, my unwritten goal, that I don't have anything like actually written down here, but I don't want to buy, I guess I could write it down on here, like not buy as much as this next year as I bought this year, because I feel like in the last few months I have bought more diamond paintings and more diamond paintings, and part of that is just the excitement of having a YouTube channel and sharing with you guys and really immersing myself in this community and getting excited about new releases and wanting to share all that. And I feel like I've kind of like let go and just started buying and being really excited. And I love my diamond paintings. I tell my husband, like when he's helping me carry them downstairs, like, be careful with my children, because I love them and I love having them, but I don't want to get to the point where I'm overwhelmed by it. And I already do feel like I am at that point. So long story long, I guess. I don't want to buy too much next year. I'm going to put myself I'm not going to restrict myself to like a no buy, because that's unrealistic, but I'm going to really be, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to be really conservative about what I choose to buy. And I don't want to say I'm gonna try out 10 new small shops, because I'm not trying to buy a ton. So I do have a couple small shops that I have bought from lately. Like I bought Munimade. I really want to try Munimade, and I'm sure I'll try another one or two stores, but I don't want to make that like a huge goal, since what I am trying to do is work on my older kits. I feel like even if I did buy from 3 new shops, I probably wouldn't have time to work on any of those kits this year, because I am trying to just work on my older kits. So once I have my stash refreshed, maybe like 2027 can be the year I really branch out and try a bunch of these smaller shops or different shops, or kind of see if there's anything else worth, wanting to experiment with. Like, I love the idea of cross stitch conversions. I love the idea of custom diamond paintings. I love all those ideas, but first I want to refresh my stash. So that's what I'm going to focus on in 2026. These goals here. I do want to try at least one new to me shop. That'll probably be Munimade, because I do have a kit from Munimade in my shop, or in my stash. So that would be an easy one to accomplish without buying more. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, my next goal is to get bingo. If you haven't seen my bingo video, I will have it linked down below. I basically created a cute little bingo sheet, and I'm making it kind of like a I Spy diamond painting edition, where if I see the item in that diamond painting, I can cross it off the list. And I'm hoping to get bingo on that list. It would be a fun goal to get bingo. And then I have one last goal, and that goal kind of goes with what I've been saying a little bit here and there in this video. But the last goal that I have is to have fun. So that sounds so like corny and like, well, duh. I mean, you're diamond painting, isn't that like your hobby? It's supposed to be fun. But what I wanted to have it written on my list, because I want to remind myself of that. I started my channel at the end of June. So I have not even been doing this a full 6 months. I guess I'm right at like 6 months of doing this YouTube channel. And I have absolutely loved every minute of making these videos, editing these videos, talking to people. I've met some, well, not met, but like online met some incredibly kind people and made new friends, and found a piece of myself that I kind of lost being a new mom. And it has been an incredible experience having this channel. I've absolutely loved. I'm so proud of myself for doing it. So out of my comfort zone, like having my face on camera. I'm like, I would have never guessed that I would have ever done that a year ago. And I'm really proud of myself for accomplishing that. But I also want to remember, while this is my first year creating bingo sheets and goals, I up until now, for 2 years of diamond painting, I have picked out a kit I liked, worked on that kit, finished that kit, picked out a kit I liked, and that's been fine. If that is how you do this hobby, absolutely more power to you. I've always been content doing that until I started this channel, and then I kind of started seeing how other people have really cool ideas for bingos and for goals and to grow. Goals are just to grow. They're just to help encourage you to branch out a little bit, try new things, keep you accountable for something if you need it to. And I am excited to have goals. I have goals, for my channel. I have goals for my personal life, for my life as a mom, for my life, for this house, goals to declutter and cook more at home, things like that. I think goals and resolutions are great. And I'm really excited that I have these goals. I do see myself doing this, and I'm going to actively try to prevent it. I do not want diamond painting to turn into a job. I am not relying on YouTube income for anything. So this is just fun. It's just supposed to be a hobby. It's just supposed to be fun. It's just supposed to be a creative outlet. And if I ever find myself being like, well, I have to work on this kit, because if I don't work on this kit, I won't get bingo this year. Or I have to work on this kit because it's older and I need to get it done and I need to get out of here, and I just find myself not enjoying the process or not having fun, I don't want to lose this hobby that I love. So I want to make sure all of this stays fun. And if at any point I find myself not enjoying it, I'm going to go back to just picking a diamond painting off the shelf, working on that diamond painting. And I'll record that for you guys to see. I absolutely have no problems doing that. But I'm growing and changing and trying new things, and I'm excited to do that. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that makes 8 goals. One of them is going to just be very generic, like enjoy yourself while you're diamond painting, and don't let this turn into a chore. Don't let filming turn into something that prevents you from diamond painting. Don't let, just enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, figure out a way to step back and enjoy it, basically. So I think those goals are great and very attainable. I did kind of want to put something on there about like buying less or not buying or being on a low buy, but I decided at the end of the day, leave that alone and just kind of have that in the back of my mind to be more intentional. I did see Natalie's Diet Coke and Diamonds video that she did on Lizette's page, where they went and made herself like a new tracker. She's always been really purposeful about what she's bought and been I don't know, not like on a stash down. I don't know if that's exactly what she called it, but she has a really cool tracker that she's using for next year. I might try to do that. Basically, the concept of that idea is just to buy less each month than you did in the month of the previous year. And I did kind of go through my orders and like figured out how many kits I bought in each month last year. So we'll see. I probably might try to do that, or at least kind of think like I'm gonna have less bought this year than last. So we'll kind of see how that evolves. And I am thinking about creating a hobby planner too. So more on that maybe next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, do you guys have any goals for 2026, either diamond painting wise or personal wise? I'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. If you liked hearing my goals and want to give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more diamond painting videos done by me, feel free to subscribe to the channel, because I'm always on here doing something. So I have a lot of fun, and I'd love to have you here with me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great Christmas. I think this video is coming up on Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas if you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you're having a great day nonetheless. And I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.